Here we are 1 year later, and I am taking down the Hugel Mounds. Hopefully we can put a link to the video of the creation of our Hugel Mound. But about a year ago, right when COVID hit, I got an order of what I thought was wood chips and ended up being all logs. I got super excited and I said, I'm going to build a Hugel Mound. I had a friend, very smart, he said, you know what, you're going to have a lot of rats. I was like, yeah, whatever. And I have been battling the poor little rats. I love them dearly. They just, can't, in the city it's too much. And now to the point where it just cannot grow things because it's like the Taj Mahal for rats. I don't even know if I did it correctly. I just, all the logs, I'm gonna keep the surrounds and come over here, see what I did over here. So this one I already took apart. I dug out all the logs that were buried because it made beautiful spaces for the rats to make homes. And I'm trying from I Am Organic Gardening. Mark, he had where he layers, he was making a raised bed and he did leaves, shredded leaves and soil. So when I put the soil back in this area, I did leaves and soil. And then I went to the wood chip pile and I sifted the wood chips because they have a lot of worm castings in them. So I just did a nice thin layer on top, and then I'm going to put a cover crop. There's so many pieces of wood in the soil that I could not get out that I'm assuming it's going to be really low in nitrogen. So I'm figuring I'm going to do like a red clover, some cover crops that add nitrogen, and just rebuild the soil again. So here we go again. Hopefully it's still pretty, but if you see, it was just, here, I want you to see. So all these big pieces of wood I had, the rats made like tunnels. I mean, there's like tunnel systems all through here. And sadly, I just did smoke bombs and hopefully put to sleep all the little critters that were in here. So taking it apart, I gotta move this Asian American persimmon over there. So let's hope that it survives. But for now, I mean, look at this. I was like Shira last year. Look at these pieces of wood. So what's interesting,
it was a hardwood softwood lesson, right?
Yeah, the other thing too, like this, look at all this is like the outside of a tree, and you can see it's got some mold breaking down, but this is going to take forever to break down. I wish I had a piece. There's some mushy pieces of wood in here that are fascinating because when I get to them, let me see if I can find, like they just, look at it, they just break apart into little pieces. And I don't know, I guess I can't find now. I'll try to film if I get to it. Some of the real mushy wood, it was fascinating to see how many worms were going through it. So this was a big learning opportunity. I won't do Hugel Mounds in a city that is overrun with rats. So even though we put up a screech owl box, it can take years, if ever, for them to come. We just finished putting up the reed fencing that hopefully will make wildlife feel a little bit more comfortable. And I don't know if we want to look. So what I'm doing on the back half of the yard is this whole area is going to be a wildlife hedge. So this year, because I'm just putting the soil in now, and our soil's pretty cruddy, except the good thing is there's a lot of organic matter mixed in with this soil I'm putting down. But I'm going to do wildlife sorghum, along with, I have a few shrubs that I'll be putting in. I'm going to do some of our native red honeysuckle for the hummingbirds. Virginia creeper in the corner. Probably, if I can get one, a Dutchman's pipe. It's another host for some butterflies. I can't remember which one, but and then I'll figure out some shrubs to go in. I actually ordered some shrubs. I have no idea. I can't remember what I ordered, so but it'll be fun. It's a good learning opportunity. So, you know, a lot of work. I was a little bummed because I was hoping this year was just like, oh, I'm gonna just plant it. It's gonna be beautiful, but it'll still be beautiful. It's just not exactly what I originally planned. So think twice if you are building a Hugel mound in a city that already has a lot of rats. So if I was in the country, I would have fox and, you know, birds of prey. We're getting some birds of prey, but it's just not the same as if I was in the country and I'd have all these little other critters coming to keep the rats under control. So
Lessons learned.
Lessons learned. That's okay. So here I go, trying to figure out where to put all this wood. So it does make some creative edging. So if they do make their homes back there, I'm not going to be as upset as if they're inside my where my fruit trees are. That wire doesn't look very good there. So I'll have to turn it over.
All right. Bye.
All right. More work.
Always.
Always.